Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Am I sounding good?
Oh, yeah.
That's about as good as I can make that sound. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, no,
this is very improvised right now. Let's just say I was rushed today. And you know what rushing me makes me like? It turns me into a bloody murderer, evil guy. And I'm coming to get you. I hope you're scared, listeners. It's going to be Halloween in, like, what is it, the 28th right now? 29th. So it'd be tomorrow, yeah?
Sure.
Halloween's tomorrow, yeah? I know, like, I don't celebrate Halloween because, like, I'm not a heathen, so. Basically. No, not the movie series, you fucking idiot. I just want to double check and make sure I'm not an idiot.
I think it's Wednesday.
It's 31st. October 31st. See? Yes, in 2 days it'll be Halloween. Anyway, I figured I'd do a special because we missed last week. And I kind of want to read some really dumb, spooky stories. Okay, so I have this book called Pocono Ghost, Legends and Lore by David J. Seibold and Charles Adams III. This book was fucking written in 1991.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've had this book my whole life. And let me tell you, some of the ghost stories are really dumb, and I want to read a couple of them. This isn't going to be long. This is probably going to be like 15 minutes or so, maybe longer if I decide to, take it a little bit farther. But,
that's what she said.
let's, like, totally listen to something, like, fucking scary. Like, honestly. So let's start the scary music. I'm going to start the scary music. I want you to get your fucking pumpkins ready. I want you to get your pumpkins ready, and I want you to fucking cut a hole in it. And fuck your pumpkin. So, let's start with the first story. Number 15. Burger King foot... No, but I'm going to start the dark ambient music, okay, guys? And I'm royalty free, by the way. Is that too loud?
No, that's pretty good.
Okay, but you can hear me clearly over it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I'm fucking scared right now.
Wow, epic.
I'm scared.
That's fucking epic.
Dude, do I have to shit in a bowl?
This is what this led up to. So, did I already tell on the podcast my scary story about the fucking red ghost?
The red ghost?
The dream I had where I got
possessed.
possessed.
Oh, yeah.
I did say it on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, but just making sure, because I was going to say, maybe that's a good spooky story, like a legitimately good one. Because these ones aren't going to be good. It's fucking Pocono Ghost, people. I mean, it's going to be scary. Ooh. I hope you're in for a fright. Because... No, that's not even close. Oh, shit. Okay, well, here's the introduction to the book. I'm not reading the whole thing, obviously. I'm going to pick a couple stories, because this thing's like 100 pages long. So, that would be a full podcast if I decided to do that. Introduction. I approached the... I'm kind of inclined to read this like a sleuth, like a detective.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I approached the researching and writing of a ghost book on the Poconos with a certain level of trepidation. Under my literary belt, thin as it may be, were 3 volumes of ghost stories in Berks County, Pennsylvania, Cape May, and Long Beach Island, New Jersey.
That sounds awesome.
And the Delaware coast. The Poconos were populated with resort hotels, timeshares and tourist traps, condos and concessions, and nothing more. I needed some intensive re-education about a land I had never once... I had at once over and underestimated. I had overestimated the crass commercialism of the region. This is mostly a veneer, which may be a gleaming facade for those who choose to look no deeper. But beneath, it is a rich grain of fine stock. I'm going to leave it at that because this is a pretty long intro. So let's go on. I bookmarked one that I really wanted to read. And it was pretty funny. You might like this. It's Ghost. A ghost story, okay? About the sweetheart of Sigma Pi.
God, that's
It's a fucking frat house ghost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's probably the ones they raped. Anyway. Hey, it's a Halloween podcast, everybody. It's got to be nice and spooky, right? Like, let's turn that up. So let's get that going. Oh, that's a little too loud. All right, that's good. Yeah, you like that? Spooky? Does this make you think that you're in a frat house? Like, you just got fucking date rape drugged? And, like, you're fucking dead now. You're fucking dead. I'm stuck in this fucking frat house. Anyway, the sweetheart of Sigma Pi. It looms at the top of the hill as an awesome presence where Smith and Anna Lomingster Street meet. A couple blocks from the East Stroudsburg University campus, the Smegma Pi. I'm sorry. The Sigma Pi fraternity house is positioned on a broad expanse of land which is perfectly suited for the presence of a ghost. Exactly. Yeah, plot of land, perfect for a ghost. Exactly. Perfect fucking conditions. He's right about that. I can already tell he's credible. And as fate would have it, the whole house is, in a very real way, haunted. Yeah, you hear that? You hear that? That's the fucking ghost. Yeah, that's the fucking ghost. We met the brothers in the broad parking lot, to the rear of the whole Victorian house, which has served Sigma Pi since the fraternity was established there in 1961. Quite frankly, at the time of the investigation into the haunting of Sigma Pi, the frat house could have been the setting for the movie Animal House. Partying obviously took precedent over housekeeping in the cozy confines of this old house.
I'm fucking scared.
Yeah, you fucking scared? Like, are you fucking scared?
Do you like that?
Does that give you fucking goosebumps? Sorry, guys, I came out of character. I'm sorry. Get back into your... I hope you're humping your pumpkin right now. If you're humping your pumpkin, like this video. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Tell me how big your hole, the diameter of your hole was that you had to carve into your pumpkin and stick your wiener in there. If you're a female, do we even have females that listen?
Probably not.
I mean, like, I know somebody who listens who's a female, but can we really trust that information? Sorry, back to where I was at. But we were not there for inspection. Oh, whoops, I actually kept gay voice. My bad. But we were not there for inspection. We were there to learn more about Margie. What in the fuck word is that? I have never seen that word in my life. Indefatigable spirit, which has made her presence known at Smegma Pi. We ascended a dark staircase to the third floor, guided there by an accommodating brother who told us not to mind the growling of Pookie, the house dog. Still, we cautiously sidestepped the mutt and proceeded towards the door marked with a purloined reverse for clergy parking sign. As it turns out, behind that sign on the door is the room which the ghost of Margie is presumed to dwell. Flip to page 58. The room is variously called the chapel, or Margie's room. And once the door has swung open, it became obvious why the former sobriquet has been applied. It was said that she had the best foot fungus on East Stroudsburg campus. And honestly, that's just gross. Sorry, that last part wasn't true. My douchebag son came on the mic. Go away. Noticeable on the far wall, which becomes the front wall of the house, are colorful stained glass windows. So the story goes, began our appointed tour guide. When the Frat took over that area there, he pointed to the stained glass windows. It was all sealed off. Behind the wall, when they started to redo the house, they broke down the wall and found only one thing in that small chamber. An urn! In the urn, it is believed that were the ashes of Margie. Margie, so the legend goes, was a housekeeper in the big house. It is told that she struck up a love affair with the master of the house, and as a result of the indiscretion, wound up being banished to the third floor of the room, where it is said she rocked on a chair in disgrace and loneliness until she died in that small room. The story also alleges that after Margie's body was cremated, the urn containing her ashes was placed in the room, and the room was then sealed off by the construction of a wall. A wall just got 10 feet higher. When they were gutting the rooms up there, the young man continued. Yes, it's a young man. The urn was knocked over and the ashes spilled out. They were tearing down that wall and I don't know what was behind it. That was supposedly the beginning of Margie's haunting here. Her ghost is in the house now and it wanders all over the house. She's all over. And a lot of unexplained things happen all the time. Two brothers lived in Margie's room at the time of this writing. And over the years, they and others who have preceded them have reported brushes with Margie. One of them continued, "There's a crawl space above the room." Oh, wait, I'm sorry. One of them continued. This is a different brother. "There's a crawl space above the room. At the peak of the house. One night, one of the guys decided to sleep up there." He's a fucking idiot, dude. "He woke up and it was totally frozen. He couldn't move or talk for about 30 seconds. He felt a terrible pressure on his chest. He claimed Margie was present and had him under her control. I mean, like, I told him it was sleep paralysis, but he I don't know, he had poop in his fucking pants. What a fucking idiot. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he was just fucking drunk still from the party last night or whatever." Another brother lived in the red room upstairs, across the hall from Margie's. He had a similar experience, and he also blamed it on the fucking ghost. Fucking idiot. Fuck. God. My dad's a lawyer, you know. See, that was spooky. There has been countless other incidents inside the frat house which has been blamed on the ghost. Items have mysteriously fallen to the floor, telephones have rung in strange sequences, and many residents and visitors have reported strange sensations in nearly every room. Even Pookie has seemed to respond to unseen commands and has growled at thin air. Margie, the ghost of... I'm sorry, I fucked that up. Margie, the ghost of Smegma Pi, has become well known throughout the ESU campus. The frat brothers capitalize on their haunting when Margie is presented in a haunted house fundraiser at Halloween. Oh, it all fucking makes sense now. Fucking assholes. But when the lights go out, the parties wind down, and that isn't often. And things are quiet in the old 19th century house, the ghost of Margie begins to make its presence known. As one young man says, however, "We feel she should protect us in a way. Nobody's afraid, really. Margie's a good ghost."
I literally shit my pants. I'm so scared right now.
Yeah, Did you know that my fucking house is haunted? Yeah, that's scary. I hope this is getting you guys in the fucking mood. I'm telling you that this whole thing isn't a joke. I'm just saying it's not a joke. Oh wow, it's already 15 minutes. I'm having fun.
Oh God.
This is pretty good so far.
I'm like so fucking scared right now.
Gold.
Do you like that? Do you like the fact that I'm fucking scared? Do you want to smack me in the face? Yeah?
Smack me, fucking punch me. I'm sorry, did I just read Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito's a
I'm
ghost?
pretty sure I saw Danny DeVito. I'm pretty sure I saw Danny DeVito in one of the pages here.
I don't know.
Here it is. This one's called,
The dog is scared.
The DeVito Wraith.
I'm Batman.
So, I went to the Broadsville McDonald's. And I went through the drive-thru for a burger. And when the sliding door opened, it was Danny DeVito, but he was a ghost. Okay, I'll read a real story. I'm sorry. Oh, this is gold, dude. I'm reading this one. Oh, are you alright?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna read this one. It's called A Spell on the Pig. What's up, Rocky? You wanna get spooked, buddy? Boo! A Spell on the Pig. They call Claude Possinger, nicknamed Boob. At the time of the interview, he was a lively septuagenarian? What?
Septuagenarian.
Do you know what that means?
I have no fucking clue.
And a Chestnut Hill Township supervisor.
Oh shit, I know. I knew that guy.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You're shitting me?
No, I'm fucking serious. I'm serious. I knew it through my old man.
Claude Possinger?
Yeah, Claude Possinger. Yeah, yeah.
Boob?
Yeah. It's fucked up. Hey, quick story.
Okay.
My father, he was an electrical contractor his whole life, right? He's retired. He doesn't do it anymore. But he used to get a lot of contracts from the Possingers.
Yeah.
Okay? And one time we were doing this building. We were wiring this building up in Tannersville.
Yeah.
And the Possingers were there doing fucking, like, carpentry work and shit.
Yeah.
And the one Possinger, I wonder if it was that one. Dude, he fucking cut his fingers off on the fucking, the table saw. He cut, like, 2 of his fucking fingers. My father had to run up to the hospital. They like put the fucking fingers in a bag and shit. It was so fucked up. Okay, yeah, okay.
You think that's spooky? You like that?
This is fucking hilarious.
Let's start that from the top.
Yeah.
They call Claude Possinger Boob. At the time of this interview, he was a lively septuagenarian and a Chestnut Hill Township supervisor. He was also one of those individuals within whom the legends of this local and life reside. As Boob opened his treasure chest of lore to the eager researchers, the search for ghosts in the hills and dales of the Poconos took a different tack. You see, Boob Possinger couldn't recall much about spooks and spirits, but he had a couple of tales of the area which focused on equally fascinating, mysterious, and frightening subjects. Witches. Maybe he cut his fingers off because of a witch. Anyway, witchcraft is a phenomenon which is, in some form or other, prevalent in virtually every society and civilization in every time period from the very beginnings of recorded history to the present. While it has been perceived by many as evil and the work of the devil, its influence within those societies has had a profound impact throughout history. Pennsylvania has a very interesting connection with witchcraft, and in a more palatable and no less threatening form. What would be considered witchcraft has been a way of life in many sections of the state for many years. To its extreme, witchcraft, or the Pennsylvania German vernacular, hexerei, has been blamed on other murders, family feuds, and a litany of tragedies. Conversely, another practice could be linked with witchcraft, powwow, has been an accepted form of quasi-medical treatment for centuries. Powwowers still exist in some regions of Pennsylvania, Dutch country, and some people there visit these powwow doctors before they consult a medical doctor. These people typically only live to be 30 at best.
Wow.
Does it scare you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I put in that last part. That wasn't the book. These faith healers and witches can be found mostly in York, Lancaster, and Berks counties. And the source book of their trade can be traced to an 84-page publication, which came out of a small reading print shop. The Long Lost Friend, or Der Lang Verbogen Friend, was written by George George Holman and made its bow on literary scene since 1819. More than 500,000 copies of the book has been reprinted for over the years in 150 editions. Reprints are still available, but a first edition is considered very rare. Basically like the Necronomicon, pretty much. Homan promised the reader, whoever carries this book with him would be protected from drowning, burning, and would avoid any unjust sentence passed upon him. Homan further offered dozens of cures and remedies which would relieve the reader of virtually every ailment known to man, which they didn't know very much back then. For instance, for a toothache, simply take a thread and soak it with blood. Then you get AIDS. Then take vinegar and flour, mix them into paste, and spread some of the goo on a cloth. Wrap the cloth around the root of an apple tree and tie it lightly with the blood-soaked thread. Then cover the root in soil. The toothache will subside. Now, if you're like me, after you read that, you probably think whoever wrote it was retarded. You might be correct. And in fact, that still remains a mystery to this day. Like that? That's scary. It's scary. For real though, I added all that at the end, so don't sue me. Cures, curses, potions, and preventions have long been offered by those who claim to be in command of a divine providence. People who have lived and died by those claims, and their folklore as a people has been enriched by them as well. Take, for example, Boob Possinger's story of the bewitched pig. At least, that's how the tale has been passed down through the generations. In fact, it was Boob's granny who was blamed for bewitching of the animal. It seems there was a man named Miller who lived on a farm along Possinger Road, on the border of Jackson and Pocono Townships, near what is now a sprawling truck terminal along Route 715. See what Richcraft gets you? Roads. Miller tried his hand at butchering his pigs on the property, but he told neighbors he would stick the pig and it wouldn't die. He claimed somebody put a spell on the pigs and that somebody, for some reason, was Boob Possinger's grandmother. Oh, fuck! Grandma, why did you do that? They say Mr. Miller even bore holes in tree trunks and took thick locks of the hair from his children's head and stuffed them into the holes. He then sealed the hole with a wooden peg in an effort to frustrate the witch. What does that mean? What did any of that mean? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck does his hair and putting fucking hair in a hole and pegging it do?
I don't know.
Listen, I've listened to a lot of black magic bullshit, and that's the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. A variation of this bizarre procedure. That's too loud. Too fucking loud. A variation of this bizarre procedure was revealed previously in Monroe County's folklore, and a relic of it is on display at the County Historical Society's Museum in Stroudsburg. In her Halloween 1988 article, Tales from the Dark Side, writer Patricia Warren detailed the stories of several incidents of witchcraft, including that which relates to the hair in the hole. The tree trunk at the Historical Society has precious few strands of human hair left stuffed within it. But Warren credits the late Margaret Van Wy of East Stroudsburg with an explanation of how it all came about. Warren wrote that Van Wy said the hair found deep within a large mature tree in the 1920s by members of the Saw Creek Club who were splitting firewood belonged to her sister, Libby Jane Counterman Miller, and placed in the tree to ward off the spell of a witch. Libby was the daughter of a former owner of the property, and as Warren continued... Hold on. Okay, I was just making sure it was a girl. One day, when she was working at the neighboring Miller's home, she was seized with a spell, which brought on paralysis and struck her dumb. Van Wy directed a lock of Libby's chestnut hair to be cut and hidden in the oak tree. On the following day, Van Wy said her brother, and two cousins saw a large strange animal near the tree.
Now Mickey Mouse. Fucking Mickey Mouse, Leonard.
They summoned some men, but by the time they arrived, there was no sign of the animal or its tracks. I always go back to fucking Burger King foot fungus guy. The cure apparently worked, as the young woman's malady cleared, and there was never again a hint of any spells or bewitchings. Whether Miller mentioned in the Warren story is the Miller of Possinger Road has been lost in the fog of folklore, but the latter Miller problem... Oh, dude, that was bad writing. But the latter Miller's problem with witches, it wasn't resolved with the old hair in the hole trick. It barely works for me anymore. One time, Mr. Miller fell out of an apple tree and broke his arm. He blamed that incident on a chap who lived below Reeder's. He had put a spell on him, and that's why he took the plunge from the tree limb. What the fuck does that even mean? I think you tried killing yourself and you fucked up. Anyway, even as the chickens in the barn fell victim to Miller's fears and superstitions. Did you hear that? That was a ghost, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a fucking ghost.
That's the ghost part.
It's said that one night he was walking past the barn when he heard a strange moaning sound coming from within. Thinking it was a plaintive sighs of the witch, he grabbed his shotgun, aimed into the barn, and blew a flock of cooing chickens to that big coop in the sky. I'll be real with you, dude. This is hard to read. He shot chickens thinking it was a lady fucking moaning. This is about as Poconos as this fucking ghost stories gets, let me tell you. Things got bad for the fellow that he eventually... Things got so bad for the fellow that he eventually moved from the farm because of the hexes, spells, curses, and witches. Yeah, that's totally why he moved out. Claude Possinger's own childhood memories harken back to the stories of witches at his own aunt's farm, also on Possinger's Road. People would come from as far as Stroudsburg to try and catch a glimpse of the goblins or witches who were said to inhabit the barn there. They say strange forms would shoot over the cow manger. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. God. And strange, unearthly sounds could be heard coming from inside the barn at night. They were not all new, the sounds of the barnyard.
I'm fucking scared.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I'm pretty sure it was just people fucking in the barn. Huh? Yeah, I know we're blood related, but this is okay. I'm sorry, I love where I live. I actually really do. But let's continue. It was in the 1920s, and going to the old farm to seek spooks was good, clean fun for many folks in the area. Some claimed they saw eerie lights inside the barn at night, and others said that they could rid the place of its witches by shooting silver bullets into the barn. Nobody really ever did that, as best as Boob Possinger can recall. Even Gertrude Possinger, Claude's wife, recalls the stories about the barn from their childhood. She especially remembers tales of fireballs soaring out of the barn. And flip to page 28. Rumors that a man was murdered inside it. That murder, some said, was what started the haunting or bewitching of the barn. The people who own that property today have heard the stories from days of old and take them somewhat seriously. However, only the stone foundation from the old barn survived a fire several years ago, and nothing since that blaze has happened to keep the fires of this particular folktale fanned.
Is that it?
I ended up going twice as long as I thought I was.
Just a quick hit. I wanted to let you know that on top of all this, Claude Possinger, he died mysteriously in 1997 at the age of 94.
Connect the dots!
And he was the brother. He was the brother of the guy that I knew who cut his fingers off.
It all comes around, people.
Full circle.
The devil's not real? You think the devil's not real? Sorry, everybody. I kind of fell off the handle there. That's about it for this week.
He was a Methodist.
Does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
See, I knew it!
I'm just reading this fucking obituary.
Yeah, I don't know. He cut his fucking fingers. If I could count all the times that my brother
cut his fingers off.
Wait, no, it was the brother who cut his fingers off, not him. Yeah. Okay, so
if
I could count on my hand every time that my brother hugged me, I would not have enough fingers, as I am missing 2 of them.
You know the fucked up thing is I pretty much, I guess I am a hick because
dude, I've lived here my entire life.
Every name you mentioned there, I knew.
You're shitting me.
No, I'm dead ass, dude. Right down to the roads and everything.
Damn, even I don't know that.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, I've lived in the fucking Poconos for literally every year of my life. I have not left ever. I mean, I went on vacation, that's about it. But I've lived in fucking the Poconos for 23 years. And let me tell you, this place is fucking spooky. I've seen zombies.
Zombies?
Not really. Maybe I should tell my own ghost story. Did I ever talk? Yeah, I did talk about my ghost story. Well, one time? I mean, like, lately I've been hearing screams outside my house. I told you about the screaming, right? About the random... It sounded like somebody was screaming.
Well, yeah, you told me. I don't think you told anyone else.
Yeah, I heard somebody screaming at the top of their lungs, and nobody was, like, having a party outside, so I wonder if it was, like, real or not. And I used to walk my forest all the time, because it connects all the way up to Indian Mountain Golf Course, if you walk through it there. But you gotta walk a while. You gotta walk, like, I'd say you have to walk, like, a couple hundred yards before you hit the golf course.
Yeah.
And, it's pretty creepy back there, man. No one would see you. If you killed someone there, I don't think they'd ever find them.
There's a good UFO story in here. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen the UFO story. But, do you want to read it? You want to read it in a cool voice?
No. I'm just looking to see if I know any of these people.
Do you want to read it in a cool voice?
I just want to see if I know any of these people.
You probably fucking do. This wasn't just Monroe County. This was like local.
You know this Indian Museum shit. This was actually on a TV show one time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to go there now and like fuck an Indian ghost.
Wow. Oh my god, yeah, fucking bit vendors. I know all these fucking names, dude. I don't know. Maybe I should just pack it up and move out to California with Joe Rogan.
What made you say that?
I don't know. Because I know all these... I know everything in here. I know all these places. Oh, look. Suicide Ridge.
Yeah, I killed myself there once. Everybody in Pennsylvania's done it at least once.
Oh, my God. I don't like this book.
Why don't you like it?
Because I fucking know, like, these fucking people that are talking about this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, how come no one ever interviewed me? Who's this guy?
It's on the front.
He's a dick.
Hold on just a second, everybody, as we have a word from our sponsors. Uh-oh. Didn't play loud enough.
You fucked that up, buddy. Ain't getting paid for that.
Don't be stupid, be a smarty. Come and join the Nazi party.
What the fuck?
I might have to turn it up.
Don't be stupid, be a smarty. Come and join the Nazi party.
What the fuck is that, dude?
I might have to.
You can't say.
Don't be stupid, be a smarty. Come and join the Nazi party.
Yeah, it's playing just fine, bro.
Sorry, guys, that was a ghost. Fuck. See, I told you this place is fucking haunted, dude. Anyway, let's put back on the spooky music. No, don't play it again.
What the fuck? Oh, they even got pictures of joints in here.
Yeah, they have some shitty drawings in there as well.
Why is fucking Darth Vader in there?
I don't know. Did you know that Darth Vader is part of fucking international lore for Pennsylvania?
Here's a real gangbanger. Where the fuck did you get this book, bro?
You know, it'd be really shit if I fucking listened back to this and the music was way too loud the whole time.
It's gonna be fun. Where did you get this book, bro?
I just had it, kind of like the Necronomicon. For real, dude, it was just in my book collection. I remember reading it as a kid a million times because I was like, I love ghosts. And then I grew up and I was like, I still love ghosts, but I don't believe in anything anymore.
Wow.
As you can see, on page 78, this is a picture of my cock. To the left, you can see a disembodied figure to the left of my dick pic that I took from my girlfriend at the time.
Yo,
is this a coincidence that there was a ghost in my dick pic?
Did you read this one about the ruins they found? Was it a castle built as a haven for Marie Antoinette? is one of the
Marie
legends.
Antoinette?
Yeah. It is one of the
Who
legends.
the fuck's that?
I don't know. She's famous. I forget.
Wasn't she one of the presidents?
I know. What the fuck?
Hold on, guys. I gotta turn off the music so I can. No, you look it up. You look it up because I don't want to turn off. I don't want to turn off the spooky music. And sorry, guys. I keep like cutting out because the mic's kind of like far away from me. So.
Yeah, he's not used to such an undesirable mic now.
Yeah, it's like honestly, it's bad. I'm a little bit higher grade than that. I'm also talking really fucking loud.
She was the Queen of France.
Oh, the
Before-
Queen of France.
she was the
Wasn't her husband Boba Fett?
No, I think it was Jabba.
Give it up for Boba Fett.
She was the last Queen of France before the French Revolution.
So you're saying that her people killed my ancestors?
She was born in Archduchess of Austria.
You guys know that I'm a Templar?
And in her paintings, she looks pretty hot, dude.
Let me see.
I don't know, that's pretty hot. I mean, it's old school hot, but it's hot.
Hey man, you know what they say? Tit job through one of those fucking things that make you those fucking. Sorry guys, I'm getting fucking possessed by a ghost.
See, isn't it hard to stop? Because, like, I know when I did my own single episode, dude, I literally could have talked, like, forever.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do the whole book, and then I realized that I wanted to make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
And then that would have that required me to do some epic voice acting.
And it was pretty good.
It's pretty funny. None of it is real, is it? Ghosts don't really exist, do they? Your authors don't pretend and do not wish to have any answers. But if ghosts do not exist, and if all this is such bunk, try telling that to those who sold their stories and made this book possible.
That was fucking brilliant, man.
Thank you. Alright, but that's about everything, guys. You guys got a 30-minute fucking episode. You're welcome, because I wasn't prepared for this at all. You're lucky you have me. So when you go to bed tonight and you close your eyes, I hope you see me. I hope you see me dangling above your fucking bed and caressing you with my tendrils.
What the fuck is that?
Happy Halloween! Get your fucking pumpkin ready, baby.
Wow.
Anyway, check us out on Twitter at Drinking the Theory. You want my Twitter? It's at Jimmy Bones, my guy. Our Instagram is drink_and_a_podcast. Wait, no, theory_podcast. So drink_and_a_theory. If you think that's scary, then listen to our podcast Instagram. I don't know what you guys are listening to us on, but we're on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and iTunes. We have a Facebook page. We post shitty memes there. Go tell me that you thought that this episode wasn't funny, so I can roast you, bitch. And you know what? You thought this episode was scary, and I will literally end your career. This is what happens when I'm off the hinges.
Can I give a plug for our next episode?
Go ahead.
Of Drinking the Theory podcast?
Go ahead.
I think what we're going to do is, if you're up for it, I think we're going to deconstruct the movie The Shining.
Okay.
Not the book. The book's a piece of shit. I think we're going to rip the movie apart. So... Oh my god, what was that?
That was a ghost! DrinkingTheory.com. That was it, guys. That was
yeah.
I literally threw that together. 5 minutes ago. This whole thing, not 5 minutes before I got here, I threw this together.
Yeah, I didn't eat dinner.
I'm sorry.
It's still in the oven.
I'm sorry.
Give a like, give a comment, give a share.
Yeah. Tell your grandma. If your grandma's single, send her my way.
I'll probably throw this up on YouTube too.
Fuck
right
yeah,
away
sure.
tonight.
Make sure you put a pumpkin. If you pick a background, use a scary pumpkin.
Okay.
Because it's Halloween.
One with a big cock.
All right, guys. That's everything. We'll see you later. Have a happy Halloween. I hope you're a sexy nun or something like that. If you're a guy.
Remember to check your candy. They put razor blades in that shit.
Last year, I found a Tootsie Roll with weed in it.
I found a Snickers last year with a fucking dildo in it.
Last year, I got a candy apple with an AR-15. They're just putting anything in these candies. People are sick. Have a happy Halloween, guys, and don't fuck your pumpkin. I know it's too late, but see you later. Ooh.